What's up, guys? Welcome back to the JP and Trav show on the JP and Trav YouTube channel. As always, it's your host with the most, JP. And to my right, I have my esteemed co-host, Travis J. Davison. Travis, how you feeling, man?
Man, I'm feeling great. Feeling great. I'll be going down to Dallas first thing in the morning. I get to drive from Tulsa instead of taking 35 south, so I got 75 south into Dallas. I'm excited, man. I think it's going to be a good game. What more can you ask for, right? Weather looks like it's going to be great. I got credentialed for it, so I'll be up in the press box.
Hey,
that'll be nice. The Texas folks, I mean, they were very easy to work with. The associate athletic director, they're like their SID, was super good to work with. So, anyways, looking forward to post game afterwards, and Bake being the guest picker. Man, it's all coming together, isn't it?
Is he being the guest picker for sure?
Yeah,
that's amazing. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm glad they got him. Yeah, guys, sorry we got a little bit of a late start. I was out at the Central Regional Finals for my state association. They had me run it this year, basically. But my volleyball girls won. It's our first regional championship in 5 years. So, we took some time to take some extra pictures, and I just got home.
Nice.
So
you popping bottles?
Yeah, we can't pop alcoholic bottles at a Christian school, Trav. You know that.
Grape juice, man. Pop that grape juice.
Yeah, we could pop some grape, some bubbly or something like that.
The goggles.
Yeah, that's right.
Funny.
Yeah, I got Gatorade squirted on me by a bunch of my players. They all ran out in the parking lot and squeezed their Gatorade bottles on me. I was like, relax, leave me alone. But
hopefully it was the Gatorade Zero, man. You don't have all that sugar that'll stick to you.
That's right. Yeah, it was more watered down anyway. But let's get this show on the road, Trav. Let's talk about the Iowa State game first. Obviously, we know Red River Looms, but got to talk about last weekend's game. Oklahoma controlled Iowa State 50-20. What are your thoughts on the Sooners' performance and the game manager that is Dylan Gabriel?
I thought it was Dylan's best game as a Sooner. I mean, downfield passing. Here's the thing. I think, how Baker headbutts his guys on the sideline without a helmet on, and it gets him kind of juiced up a little bit. Certain fighters and boxers will want to get slapped around a little bit. I feel like Dylan's got a little bit of that in him. I think Dylan wants to run the ball. He wants to hit people, and it just kind of awakens, that dog, if you will, in Dylan Gabriel, because we saw him truck that defender. Obviously 2 rushing touchdowns on the day, but he was throwing confidently. He was throwing deep. It looked good. At times, Marcus Major looked good in the running game.
Yeah.
Gavin Sawchuk, we're still waiting to see, him kind of get that burst back. Hopefully he does. We're going to need him the back half of the season. We might need him on Saturday. So, but yeah, Iowa State, when you look at the 2 busted plays, if it were 7-8 years ago, both of those wide receivers are getting taken out on stretchers. It's simple as that. But
yeah,
they timed it up right. They got there a little bit early and had to pull off and then hit another guy and this, that, and the other. So anyways, the bus, they are what they are. I think they're fixable. And the defense was lights out after the 9-minute mark in the second quarter. Lights out. You really can't ask for much more from the Sooners against Iowa State. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm gonna address this comment. Look, Lori, we get one day we get to do this. We're gonna talk about Iowa State. I understand that it was 5 days ago, but this is our show.
So, Lori, we've been doing this for over 2 years now?
2 years now. It's been the
We
same
always
touchdown.
wrap up the game before,
Oh.
and then we go on to the next week.
Yeah, it's okay. Anyways, yeah, man, I certainly was not happy with giving up 20 points to Iowa State, in the first half. But as you said, it was way more about it was just really 3 plays, man. Like, um, it's not like they're gashing us consistently, just driving it down our throats, per se. They had one good field goal drive, but other than that, it was the busted coverage by not coverage. Sorry, Key Lawrence just ran by the guy, like you just said, and then the next time down, I believe it was they gave up that 60-yard run, which was basically half of their rushing yards, and then Billy kind of did almost the same thing that Key did. I just don't know what they were looking at. It just seemed like they took just a terrible angle. It was just like what's going on? But those were flukes, right? And so as you said, after that, man, they locked in and the offense was humming from the beginning. And Dylan Gabriel, that look, I get Iowa State maybe isn't what they've been in the past, even defensively, but that's still a stout defense. I mean, you're still talking about a top 20, I believe, scoring defense before we even played them, maybe even top 15 before we even played them. And so, and for Matt Campbell after the game to give Dylan Gabriel the praise that he did, it says something, right? I mean, Dylan performed his butt off. Great throws. Jeff Lebby has been in his bag. I know everybody wants to talk about he's not that guy at offensive coordinator, and you know what? Like, I get that sometimes we felt like we didn't like the pace he worked at last year. But I'll tell you what, Trav, they're going a little bit slower at times this year. They are. They're slowing it down at times. They're not going quick all the time. So it seems like they've learned some stuff. They're getting in the right place. And he has so much variety, which is what I believe makes him right now, which I don't believe is his fault. Obviously, like the offensive line has to figure it out. And really, honestly, even more than the offensive line, I think it's some of the running backs just have to figure out where the holes are and hit them. But all in all, man, a great game. And I want to see Anderson more. I want to see him get involved more. I do. That man is a monster. He's just, that's what I meant.
Yeah, I mean, you brought up Matt Campbell's comments afterwards, and yeah, I mean, I don't think I've heard anybody glow about. Heck, I don't glow that much about Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah.
I mean, he was pumping sunshine. That would make me proud, old Matt Campbell. So maybe he's like, man, I hate those hot seat chants. So maybe I'll just say that the quarterback's just as good as all the other ones, so they'll get off my back. What am I supposed to say about the guy that just dropped 50 on me? But I guess he dropped 43. I guess he dropped 41 because we had the safety and the touchdown. But regardless, I put something in my Grill Boy article and I really liked it. So I'm going to use it here. So, Brent Venables talked about P and 10, about how the most, telling stat is P and 10, possession and 10.
Mm-hmm.
And in the first half, Matt Campbell talked about, man, I felt like when we got him in second and long, we did really well, but we couldn't get him in second and long. We needed the first down. They kept on making big plays. Man, like on the first one of the game, we had Dylan to Andrel Anthony for 16 yards. The second one, Gavin Sawchuk, 7-yard run. The third one, Marcus Major, no gain, but the next play was a 54-yard pass to Brennan Thompson. Next one was Dylan to Jaleel for 8 yards. Next one was Marcus Major with 15-yard face mask penalty, and the next one was Drake Stoops for 13 yards. So you had 2 first downs by just making the play, 1 first down by penalty, 2 second and shorts, and only 1 no gain that ended up being the next play to Brennan Thompson. So with that, if you can stay ahead of the chains like that and start your series off with wins, that's important, and that's something that the coaching staff had definitely emphasized, in their press conferences and their media availability. So I hope that's a sign of things to come, is an emphasis on that first down and understanding just how important that is on P and 10. And I'm excited for it.
Yeah. Yeah. You're absolutely right. And you just have to hope that continues into this weekend, excuse me, because we're gonna need it. Anybody have any final thoughts in the chat about the game? We'll hit them real quick, and then we'll move on to good old Red River, because I know there's been tons of talk about it. It's probably the most anticipated Red River, truthfully, since 2008. I think the highest ranked Red River since 2011, if I'm not mistaken. The first time both teams have been undefeated since 2011.
And more importantly, for you and I's daily experience, the first one where Twitter has been this populated.
Facts.
Like
facts. It's gonna be a mess. It's been a bloodbath the last couple years, and it hasn't been.
Like Twitter's crazier than than I've seen it, especially this week, and a lot of that has to do with the national hype around Texas and Quinn Ewers and those weapons and things like that. Like just the national attention they get. I mean, a lot of these national guys, I don't even know if we should show up. You know what I mean? Like we're just, they're doing us a favor by even allowing us to play the game. So I don't know. I'm ready for Saturday to get here, man.
Yeah.
I want this game to kick off.
I do too. And what's crazy is I've been a little bit quieter than I normally am when it comes to Texas fans, because look, 49-0 is 49-0. So I'm not like we have to redeem ourselves a little bit before I'm going to talk trash again. And Texas is good, like they are, and they've looked good. Certainly, I'm not, as you said, Trav, waving a white flag or feeling like we shouldn't show up. It's reasonable and objective for us to say that, but at the same time, what I'm not going to allow, and the one banter I have been in is, I'm not going to have people out here being like, well, is OU really different? They haven't played anybody. They didn't play anybody last year, so how do we know they're different? I'm like, they're top 3 in scoring offense and scoring defense. Like, they're a little bit different. I'm not saying we're gonna beat y'all or we're gonna win by 14. I'm not saying that. I don't know, but like, y'all can't be out here acting like it's gonna be 49-0 again. Like, if that's your attitude, then you're in for a rude awakening, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up, because when they say, "Oh, same as last year, same as last year, same as last year," Rondo Bothroyd, Trace Ford, PJ Adebawore, Jacob Lacey, Dejon Terry, Reggie Pearson, Peyton Bowen, like Kendall Dolby, like Walter Rouse, like all these guys, like Deshaun McCullough, yeah. And it's like, how can you look at even just personnel wise? I mean, we have new guys all over the place.
Yep.
And it's like, how do you look at that and you're like, yep, same team? It's like, we brought in the ACC pass rush win rate leader. We brought in 5 stars, 2 5-stars on defense. We brought in, one of the best interior defensive linemen we've had here in a minute, because we've actually got a big one in Dejon Terry now. Obviously, Deshaun McCullough was a freshman All-American. Like, we brought dudes in, and They're just like, oh, another year in the system for everybody. Yeah, another year in the system for everybody, and we put that on steroids because we added so much talent. Like that's what really trips me out. I
Yeah.
mean, you look at the defensive side of the ball, and then you look at a guy like Andrew Anthony. I mean, how was Michigan not throwing him the ball more? Like maybe they would have beat TCU, but like that's the thing. It's I don't know. It's this team doesn't even look like last year's team. And if you're still saying it, then you're just lazy.
Yeah.
Like it's a lazy take. Like I was talking about Quinn today, and people are like, "I can tell you don't watch the games." I was like, "Guys,
Because you
I
said
have watched every snap because I want to make sure that I'm prepared to talk about it on radio, to talk about it on here, to talk about it on the OU Insider podcast, the pregame, with my article, and I want to be able to talk knowledgeably about it on Twitter when I got idiot Texas fans not knowing how to read. So that's the thing. It's I've seen this. I agree with Teddy that I don't think Quinn is this magician like everybody thinks he is.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. It's here's the thing. If we were to have gone out and play with our food like they did against Wyoming and Rice, I would understand it. But Quinn looked like crap against Rice. Quinn looked like crap against Wyoming. The deep ball still struggles.
Yeah.
You know, Quinn is 4 of 19 on balls thrown over 20-plus yards.
Yeah.
Like 4 of 19.
Yeah.
Like, and accuracy is supposed to be his calling card.
Yeah.
No, he had worse completion percentages in both the Wyoming and the Rice game than Dylan Gabriel has had against anybody all season.
Yeah.
Like I think Dylan's worst game has been 67% completion percentage,
right,
against Iowa State. Maybe before that it was 68% was the lowest. So it's like, I don't know, man. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get the Quinn love, man. Everybody says, "Oh, he's still young, bro. He's been in college 3 years. Nobody made him leave high school early."
Yeah.
Like, stop. Like, why are people acting like OU fans made him do it? Like, he's been in college 3 years. This was the number one recruit in the entire country. 1.0000.
He was a 1.000.
You're supposed to be that dude. And yet
guy.
you can't finish top 2 in any meaningful statistic over the last 2 years. And I don't know. I just want to know what we're waiting on. At some point you need to stop grading Quinn Ewers on his recruiting ranking and start grading him as a quarterback that hasn't been all that good at Texas.
Yeah, it seems like as our boy Sooner Cowboys down here mentioned, he does get up for the big games. And so, last year, I really need to go back and look at the tape from last Red River. He made some throws that were very good last year for sure. But we certainly weren't where we were. Or we weren't where we are now last year. We just were not even close.
No.
I'm more worried about their running game. I think Brooks is a very, very good back. And I know we have a strong run defense, but we have shown at times that we can give up a little bit of explosive run plays if we're not in the correct fits. So that's more what I'm concerned about. And then that can, potentially lead to some of those play action shots, and hopefully nobody's wide open. But again, if we can, have some early down success against them and get them into second long, third long, make Quinn drop back and feel like he needs to throw it deep, I think, we'll be sitting prettier than we'd like to. Now, defensively, they're hosses, man. I mean, they got big boys up front. They got good linebackers. I know people don't love their safeties all the time, but their corners are athletic. They're a good defense. They are. And so
if Ryan Watts is out, that's going to be massive.
Yes.
because he is their biggest corner. He's 6'3", 205 pounds. His backup is 25 pounds lighter and 3 inches shorter. And Nick Anderson and Jaden Gibson, one of the two, they're going to eat that kid's lunch.
Yep.
If Watts can't go. So that's important to check out. If this comes down to just a deep ball game, who can hit the most home runs, then OU wins the game. Like, if everything remains equal.
Yeah.
Because Dylan Gabriel is better at the deep ball significantly, and our defensive backs are significantly better than theirs. So, but, you bring up the hosses on the interior of that defensive line. If I'm Jeff Lebby, I'm doing everything in my playbook to avoid the interior of that defensive line.
That's correct.
I'm not running it up the middle. I'm throwing bubbles. I'm throwing everything to the outside. I'm running everything to the outside in order to set up the deeper shots because those boys good, man. And make them run side to side. Yeah. Get them into the fourth quarter and have them breathing heavy.
Yep, that's
right.
And
then hit them with Tawi.
That's right. Make them run side to side. I agree. Make them, at the end of the day, get tired, exhausted, hands on their hips, shoot on one knee, right, in the fourth quarter, and then him with tempo, right? That's I think what we're looking at. But I think Trav, as we joked about in Cincinnati, you got to start fast. You got to start fast. Oh, we were joking about that, me, him, and TJ, because everybody says that.
That's my least favorite analysis in sports.
What's your key to the game? Oh, you got to start fast, Jim.
You got to start fast, guys. In a contest where the team with the highest score wins, then yes, starting fast and scoring quickly first should be everybody's key to the game.
Yeah.
Score early and score often.
Yeah.
Nobody's like, you know what? This is a team that's, they're built to start slow, man. They just got to ease into it.
Yeah.
It's just funny. I do think to your point, I do think we have to pressure Quinn early. I think R. Mason Thomas and PJ Adebawore have to be just in his jock all game, having him go side to side.
Got to. And we do. I will say this: we do have to watch out for Quinn as a scrambler. He's not a bad scrambler. No.
See. What's funny is when that game was on, that Kansas game, he had that long run, I think the longest of his career probably. But, bro, there wasn't anybody within, 20 yards of him, 15, 10 yards of him. And he's walking in, not looking crazy athletic, but the announcer goes, turns on the Jets. And I was like, yo, what? Turns on the Jets? Who? Quinn?
Yeah.
Bro, he ain't got Jets.
He ain't got Jets, dog. Yeah. He's not like slow, but he's not.
He got an electric blanket. He ain't got Jets.
He's not a 4-5 guy, 4-6 guy, So, but I don't think that we should. I don't feel like we should not have somebody at least looking out for him. That we should, because he'll get a 30, 40 yard. If we allow him to, is what I'm saying. He's not paid man. He's not paid man slow.
Maybe.
But yeah, I think that, I feel good about the game. I don't think that we're going to see a 49-0 again. If we did, man, I just wouldn't be on X for a while. It would be a mess. Hey, look. I'm just saying, I'm basing this off of what I've seen so far this year. Because if what I've seen is correct, I don't think he's that slow.
So he's in better shape this year, but he's not fast he's not as fast as Dylan.
No. He's not gonna outrun him, but I'm just saying we can't be like sit back and be like, because he'll take advantage of it, is what I'm saying. I think he's enough to get 10, 15, 20 yards. he won't run for. He's not gonna run for 50 or 60 or something like that. But,
Man, if we got old Danny Stutzman waiting on him,
hey, exactly.
he gonna be sliding.
Yeah.
Better slide because Danny will be in there.
Do we? This is who has it? Oh, you talking about who is he talking? Who are you talking about has 0 rushing TDs?
Are we we're allowing 0 rushing TDs probably?
Have we not given up a rushing touchdown the entire year?
I don't think we have.
Do you know how insane that is? That's an insane stat.
I don't think we have.
Yeah, the only one we would have was to Cincinnati because but they didn't score. Wow.
Cincinnati didn't score.
OU and Texas haven't. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Dylan's gonna truck Colin Simmons on his way into the end zone.
Yeah. I don't think that. I mean, if Levy scores 0 points again, sure. But let's be real. Do we really think that's gonna happen? I know everybody's mad about last year. Oh, he scored 0 points. He didn't have his quarterback. Come on, dog. It's top 3 scoring offense.
If he screws this game up, I don't know what screw this game up would mean, but no matter what happens, Jeff Levy is not getting fired after this game.
He's not.
I promise you.
Laura,
and he shouldn't get fired. He shouldn't get fired.
Laura, we're not picking on you, by the way. You just be saying some outlandish stuff sometimes. Okay. Let's go to a score.
I'm laughing at Gunny's spelling of Eddie Bauer. Eddie Bauer.
Gonna knock Ewers into the sewers. I love it. Let's go to a score prediction real quick. And as you guys know, guest picker gonna be this guy right here. Just got this bad boy in here today. Actually, my first Sooners jersey. I got a lot of other Sooner gear, but rocking with 6. So he'll be the guest picker down there in Dallas for College Game Day. But let's get some guest pickers in here right now. Go ahead and drop your score in the chat. We'll put it up there. Trav, what do you think the final score is going to be?
Oof. All right. I think it's 38-28 Oklahoma.
Okay.
I think we get the deep game cooking. I think we have at least 2 long, passing touchdowns. Last week we had, the 54-yard. We had, I think, 4 receivers with catches of 38 yards or longer, right? Because Jaleel had a long one, Nick, Jaden had that long touchdown, and Brennan Thompson had the long one. They're letting it fly, and they're going to let it fly here. I do think we probably break a run, only because we have to eventually.
Yeah.
It's just statistically impossible to not ever break a run, longer than 30 yards. But yeah, I think Nick Anderson has a big day. Jaden Gibson has a big day. Again, if Watts is out, I think they're going to be nightmares in the red zone because they can just throw jump balls, and there's quite simply nothing Texas can do about it. So as long as DG is accurate with those, he's got to be dialed in, though. Dylan's got to play one of his better games. He's got to make the layups.
You're absolutely right. If we're going to win this game, he has to. It's non-negotiable.
He can't miss a wide open touchdown, and we can't have drops. This is the game. You got to make the plays. You simply have to. And a little bit of coach speak for you, but whoever executes better is going to win the ball game.
Yeah,
it's going to come down to execution. And the thing about the defense is, Brent's getting them in the right spots in advantageous situations. Everybody says, well, hey, man, Texas just has the horses, man. I'm like, they always do. They always do. And they're 10-4 they're 4-10 in the last 14 games. Since 2009. Yeah. It's so what do we I don't know. They always have the the talent. Everybody goes, oh, you just can't match up. This, that. Okay, fine. But if the dude is in the right position, you're telling me that a guy like Danny Stutzman or Jaron Canick or Deshaun McCullough, you think they can't make a play if they're in the right position? Because that's all that matters. You just have to be where you're supposed to be. Just play the calls. BV, I feel, is going to dial up a masterpiece. He's been waiting on this thing. This thing has kept him awake. I guarantee he's cooking up a masterpiece. And he's telling Jeff, the time is now. The time is now.
Yeah.
So what about you? What's your prediction?
Yeah, man. I got two. I'm not going to. So I'm always going to choose OU. Let me just preface with this. Okay, I'm always going to choose OU. OU wins 34-31. However, I do think there's a world where OU loses 30, I'll say 30-23. Travis walked out. I lost him. I'm just trying to be realistic, Trav. That's where
picking us to lose on here.
That's where my heart is. Listen. That's where my heart is. I want it to be wrong. I do.
Go pick some apples. This is just.
Okay, I'm not.
This is The show has reached an all-time low. You got the biggest trash talker to Texas fans.
Listen.
And the whole fan base picking Texas to win.
I'm okay. Let me rephrase what I meant. Okay. I don't think I can't buy it back, Trev. I can't.
No, you picked Texas.
I didn't pick Texas. I said I see a world in which they do cover, like in which they do beat us by 7. But I'm choosing OU because I'm never ever going to actually even though I said it, I'm never ever going to actually say OU is going to lose. Like I do feel like ultimately, hopefully,
people are telling you to take the jersey off.
Who? I'm not taking the jersey off. It's my team, dog. 31-24 is what I'm going with. Is that what I said originally?
Whenever you lied and said you thought OU would win?
Listen.
I don't know. It's I don't know. What did you say? You don't remember because you didn't say with any conviction.
Dang. Nah, no, that's not what's happening. That is not what's happening. They played down before as well. Nobody knows what we're gonna get in a Red River. Let's just be honest. We can make all score predictions we want. Red River's crazy. It always has been. All right. I'm gonna speak with a little bit of conviction in my voice. I'm buying it back. OU's winning 56-0. There you go. Oh man.
Nobody believes me anymore.
Like, are you okay? Yeah, man. Yeah, I allowed my pessimistic side, as my wife is pointing out right here.
Defensive pessimism. Man,
I'm not normally like that, but I just
wait till Jamar hears about this.
Don't tell him, please. We'll cut it out. I'm gonna cut it out. OU wins 31-24. You heard it here first. JP. Don't say nothing else. Leave it here. Don't come for me on Twitter. But no, in all seriousness, I think it's gonna be a great game. I do.
I do think it's going to be good too. Like I think both teams are going to make big plays. I think it's going to not quite have the emotional swings of 2021, but some big time plays, and it's going to be a coming out party for some Sooners because
Yeah.
there are a lot of OU players that are just flying under the radar, right? Like you talk about a Nick Anderson, right? A Jaden Gibson, even Andrew Anthony getting no national love or anything like that. Like, you know, it could absolutely be a coming and to a certain extent, it could be a coming out party for Dylan Gabriel
Hey.
because he hasn't, some would say, earned the respect of the national media yet. He's been in college a long time. He's put up a lot of yards, played a lot of games, started a lot of games. Over 100 touchdowns, and it's just they're thinking, maybe he's just played a lot of ball. Well, I think he's a savvy vet. Quinn is a third-year freshman, according to the fan base. So, he's a little still wet behind the ears. So, I think that there's an opportunity for a couple OU players like a Gentry Williams, like a Peyton Bowen to become household names.
Yeah. Let's talk about this. Obviously, we've given our score prediction. Let's talk about offensively and defensively. How does OU defeat Texas? What do they need to do to do that? I know we pin on some things, right, like pressuring Quinn Ewers, etc. Let's start with the offense. What do they need to do? Obviously, besides Dylan Gabriel having a career day, what do you want to see out of them in order to put them in position to win?
I want to see Andrew Anthony and Brennan Thompson, or Andrew Anthony and Nick Anderson, or Nick Anderson and Brennan Thompson on the field at the same time to force their hand to play two safeties, because there's no way they're not going to give those dudes help over the top. Really, I think the game plan is avoid those interior defensive linemen on offense, get things outside, throw it quickly. Roll him outside if you need to give him some time, run some play action, but defensively comes down to pressure. And I do think that the reason that we've created so many turnovers, especially in the secondary, we've got 3 defensive backs with multiple interceptions.
Yeah,
is because we're forcing people to throw off their back foot. And I think that's going to be key. If you can get a little bit of pressure on them, our defensive backs, they're ball hawks, man. They'll go get it. This isn't your typical bricks for hand secondary that you've seen at OU for the last 10 years. These guys can catch the ball. So, I mean, let Quinn throw a couple balls up and make sure you're on the better side of the 50-50. Yeah. Don't let them start fast.
Hey, if they start fast, don't at me, okay? Just forget I said anything tonight. Just throwing that out there.
What do you think?
We have to get our running game going.
See, you remember when Tom Brady, they didn't have a running back, so they threw every single play?
Yes, I do.
So I'm not saying we need to do something that extreme.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is establishing the run to open up the pass can be the same thing as short passes to open up the long pass, or horizontal passes to open up the long pass.
For sure.
So maybe the key is not to get the run game going, but get the short yardage game going. Like get the tunnel screens going, get maybe some stretch runs going, get maybe a jet sweep with Brennan Thompson going or something like that. I think they were almost going to do that last week. There's a penalty. stuff like that. Like get stuff going in the short yardage, left to right, left to right, left to right, and then that's when you can take your deep shots. So, what else, JP?
No, I agree. I think that, like you said, a lot of this. I know people don't love the jet sweeps. I know people don't love the all the time the screens, but like that's really an extension of and can be an extension of the run game, as you said, to um, soften that defense up. So I'm definitely interested to see how Jeff decides to and what he's planned for the last year, right? Because I mean, we didn't score last year, so I know he has to have something dialed up. But defensively, certainly think that we need to control Quinn Ewers through the air, and I think that probably starts with stopping the run game. Texas likes to do what you just alluded to, except we may have to do it another way. But Texas likes to set up the pass through the run game. Sark is a lot like I feel like Lincoln was in that way. That's what they like to do, and they often can do both well. So we need to make sure that we're solid in our run fits and that we can get pressure on Quinn. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Texas's running is skewed a bit by that Kansas game.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, they were pretty much in line with us. I mean, Brooks is emerging, but we've played well against the run. I mean, a lot of it comes down to the health of Jatavian Sanders. And I know it said that Sark said he's good to go, but I'm sorry, you don't. I mean, you don't come out of the game with a bad ankle day to day all week and then
and
jump to 100% right away.
then you're great.
Doesn't happen. So he'll play. I don't know how effective he's going to be. I'm sure they'll tape that thing to the bejesus and they'll pump him all kinds of fun,
Yeah,
pain drugs to make sure that he can't even feel his ankle. But I think at the first sign of trouble, I think they might say, hey, look, let's live to die another day with this. We'll try and beat him out. But I think if Jatavion Sanders were to be 100%, that's where it would kill our run game. Because, with him in, you've got to pull
yeah,
Son or
yeah,
Jaron or somebody to run with him.
yep,
Because he's not going to block. I mean, he'll block, but he's not going to stay back and block. So that's going to take somebody out of the box. That's going to open up the run game, maybe a draw game, something like that. But yeah, you can't. His health will determine how they run the ball, in my opinion.
yeah. No, for sure, that makes sense. He's certainly that Mark Andrews, Brock Bowers type of mold. He's a good player, man. He's a beast. He's an athlete. That's why we wanted him. But
Right.
let's get into a little bit of Q&A. We got about 15 minutes left here. I'm trying to get further and further away from my snafu, so let's get some more things in here.
Yeah, right. What's snafu? Oh, should we bring Bevel out on the opening drive? That would be hilarious.
That would, bro. You know how many Sooners fans? Hey, Lori will be in here. Fire Levy right
so
now.
much.
Fire Levy right now. Hey, this is something I think we could hit on a little bit. Like, do we feel like Austin's never gonna be what we saw him potentially becoming before that whole staph infection thing went down in 2020? Do we feel like he still has that ability?
I think he still has that ability. He's bigger now. I think he still has the ability. I mean, he looks good running routes. A nice little toe tap situation. I mean,
Yeah.
we should get him the ball more. We have a lot of guys that we say that about in the pass game.
To get them the ball more, which is not a bad thing.
Right. Earlier in the season, we're like, man, I wonder who. Man, I wonder.
Trav, you talked about this. You talked about this all the time in the off season. You said everybody was questioning the wide receiver room, and you said, "Hey, we got some dogs in there."
I said, look, I said all year, I said I'm going to take the field instead of Jaleel Farouk to lead the team in receiving.
You did, and here we are. Nick Anderson, Angelo Anthony.
I mean, just saying. Like Emmett Jones, he's earning that money.
Oh,
He's
my
earning that money.
you know, we all have rough days. It's 8 a.m. in Charlotte somewhere, so
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what we do in the red zone.
Yeah,
we got to get there.
Yes, it is. All right, hey, go ahead and throw some questions in the chat, y'all, so we can relax these last couple minutes with some good questions.
We got to commit.
We did 2026.
2026 running back from San Antonio.
Yeah, that was out of nowhere.
As the great Louisianan philosopher said, real G's move in silence like lasagna.
Hey, if you know who that is, throw it in the chat.
Staff didn't even know he was committing that day.
If you know who it is, throw it in the chat. If you know who Trav just referenced, throw it in the chat. I want to see something.
Yeah, Parker's down there in San Antonio seeing him right now. So Parker went down to see him. Hatton Jr. But he does look big. Yeah, 6'1", 200 as a sophomore. I mean, and he's
all 6'1", 200 stacked.
Yeah, he's a monster.
Yeah, Hatton.
Yeah, he had like a 7 and a 17, I think.
What crazy special teams play happens this week? Man, I want to see another Gavin Freeman punt return for a touchdown. He hasn't had any opportunities.
I want to see another fake like we saw last year against Iowa State.
Ooh.
That up the middle run.
That would be fun.
That was dope.
Gary, I disagree with this. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. I don't think he's still healthy yet.
We'll see if he's healthy. He hasn't played last 2 weeks because he said he wasn't healthy. So we'll see. When was the last time anyone? Dimitri Flowers. Wasn't he a San Antonio kid?
Was he? Dimitri, huh? That's what look it up for us. Will we see some different run sets that will be successful against the Texas front? I mean, I don't know. I'm sure they have something. I'm sure we'll see a lot more QB run to get them, moving on the perimeter, have that edge defender make a decision. We'll see a ton of RPOs, obviously, but hopefully we'll see more outside zone. I know Gabe loves that, even though we don't do it, they say super well. But I don't know. I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah, Dimitri Flowers was from San Antonio.
Okay. San Antonio.
I like San Antonio a lot, man. That Alamo Bowl was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the first time everybody had seen each other after the unfortunate departure. So, yeah, I think the run sets against the Texas front are just going to avoid the middle of the defensive line. I think you're going to see a ton of GT counter. I think you're going to see them pulling to get to the outside. I think you're going to run against those edges because Ethan Burke and Colin Simmons like good defensive ends for sure, but not nearly as good as their interior. So let our really talented tackles deal with those guys, and let our very talented wide receivers block because they're very good at blocking.
Gunny asked, will we see jet sweeps and bubbles? I mean, I would imagine we'll see certainly bubbles.
I would assume, yes, I would assume so. And I think you see it with Brennan Thompson.
Ooh, that boy is fast.
Like that dude he runs a 10-2-2 100-meter dash.
Like,
I think they're going to say, "Hey," and honestly, I think you line him up, and every time he's out there, just tell him to go run by everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, even if it's a run play, like just keep those defensive backs trying to chase you and get them thinking, man, I got cooked last time. Thank God they didn't throw it. This guy again, man, I don't know. Like, I got to figure this out. So, why did I say? Oh, I didn't mean Colin Simmons. Yeah, Colin Simmons is the commit. I'm thinking of
Alfred Collins.
Anthony Hill was coming off the edge. Their linebacker. Because
He's a beast.
I think he had some edges. Let's see.
He's a beast. He is. He's good. What percentage of the offense do y'all think has been held back this year? I don't know. We haven't seen quads.
It's hard to put a percentage on it.
We haven't seen a ton of quads in the boundary. I know, we did that occasionally last year. And I'm sure there are some things that Jeff has up his sleeve. I'm sure he'll throw some things out there.
I wasn't thinking that. That's not who I was thinking. Maybe I was thinking Alfred Collins.
Or the Sharks. Them Sharks in the early 2010s.
Yeah.
Can that OU O-line hold up against that Texas D-line? I trust them in the passing game. I do. They've been great in pass pro.
Great pass game.
Yeah.
Running game, it just depends on what sets we're running.
Yeah. In the interior, probably not.
I mean, probably not. Unless it's late in the game and we've tired them out with all of our, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. See, this is busting you heard. When setting over and unders, you've got to set it at a 0.5 because you can't have a push on an over under. So, at least in this scenario. So put it at a 1.5. JP, what do you think? Your boy Quinn.
My boy Quinn. Oh, that's what we doing now. I'm gonna say I think he definitely throws one. So I'm gonna say under 2 picks. I don't
think the over. I mean, we're averaging 2 a game.
We are.
Averaging 2 a game, and that boy likes to throw it up.
He does like to throw it up, sky high.
So I like our defensive backs a lot. Like I said, I think more than anybody, probably the defensive backs are hearing the most noise, outside of probably Dylan Gabriel. But probably the defensive backs are hearing it the most because all the talk is about Xavier Worthy, right? I mean, a lot of it at least. A.D. Mitchell. Like that's where the talk is.
Yeah.
And Xavier Worthy, Josh Pate in the preseason was saying that he was a good value bet for Heisman because he's playing the same position that Devontae Smith played when Sark had him last, and he just fed him the ball. Not to say that it wasn't good value, because I think he had like 15th best odds or something like that. But that's the thing. Like our corners, our defensive backs, those are the guys that are, presumably going to be giving up big play after big play after big play to Quinn and his toys.
Right.
Yep, football swing pass. Oh, who scores first? Depends on who gets the ball first. I think if we win the toss, JP, do you think we throw the defense out there like we have in the past?
No. I think they want to go score. I think they want to show them that we here this year. Start off aggressive, start fast. But no, for real, I do think that we would take the ball.
Yeah, I think I'm deferring.
Really?
I think Brent likes putting the defense out there.
Okay.
Likes kind of getting the crowd that's really loud early, getting them into it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just so much advantage to maybe having the ball last in the first half and then getting it back. Like
Yes, I agree.
doubling up on that can just be so big for you. So yeah, I'd throw my defense out there and I'd let Danny Stutzman and the boys go to work. Did your light go out? Oh, okay. Oh, you switched cameras. Got it.
Yeah, my this Mac camera's too dark, so yeah,
Right. I know that.
almost
I
lost
know
me.
that feeling.
Okay,
Go for the cheeky onside. Keaton, you're crazy.
could you freaking imagine? Right, that'd be crazy. Listen, Mister. Come on, y'all give me, man. Y'all on my.
I was not ready for this you know, this plot twist.
Listen, I was just trying to. I think I'll be honest. I had a little fear creep up in me, so I was like, even though we're not favored, we're not. I don't think we're where Texas is program wise. I think we're a year behind them, which is okay to say because I think that again, eventually, I think we'll overtake them. However, they've recruited well. They are stacked at the defensive line position. The linebackers are decent. Um, Their offense obviously is decent, but you guys have convinced me. You guys have convinced me.
We bullied you.
I was being weak. I was being weak. I was allowing my fear to get the best of me. I gotta say what's truly in my heart, which truthfully I've been wanting to say that OU would win, but I don't want to get bookmarked up. But I can't be weak. I can't be weak. So I'm out here.
Hey, scared money don't get none.
Hold on. What? I've been the president of the Dylan Gabriel fan club, sirs.
That's why it's such a weird time to turn on him.
I'm not turning on him though. I think he'll play great. I think he'll play great. But will it be enough? Right? Is I think what we need to see. I trust that it will. I do. But Red River is crazy, so who knows? We may blow them out. I mean, we could.
We could. I mean, said you start hitting on some deep stuff, and Quinn starts to get rattled, get some happy feet. The Texas's secondary is
They're not that great.
I would argue the weakest position group in the game.
Yeah.
Honestly, maybe other than our running backs, which is unfortunate. But you can manufacture a run game by having a short yardage game. So you can go bubbles, jets, pop passes, those things, or push passes. Like you can do those things to supplement lack of a run game, but you can't supplement a secondary that's getting beat. Like unless you're going to play rush 3, drop 8, which okay.
Do you think we'll drop 8? We won't drop 8 a ton. You have to feel like BB will pressure Quinn.
Yeah. BB is going to bring some. I think BB is going to bring some exotic pressures.
Some exotic pressures. Go ahead, Quinn. Throw that little shallow crosser right there. PJ will pick it off.
PJ and R. Mason, man, those guys they're young and they don't know any better. They go get them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you see Kelvin Banks against Kansas?
I didn't. Was he rough?
Yeah. Yeah, he played. He played poorly.
I did see some stuff because people were saying that PJ might eat him up.
Dude, if PJ look, I love me some PJ. I think Kelvin Banks, if he played like he did last year, he's probably a top 10 pick.
Whoa, Travis, relax.
If he played like he did last year, he'd be a top 10 pick. I mean, I didn't say we're gonna lose or something. I'm not crazy. I'm not a Texas fan, but it's like if PJ goes out there and just works Kelvin Banks, like you'll start to see PJ on the like way too early mock drafts because of how well respected Kelvin Banks is, and what in the national stage that this is. So
yeah. I mean, this is the biggest game of the week by far.
biggest game. Oh yeah,
By far. Yeah.
it's always the biggest game of the week when OU and Texas play.
Let me just tell y'all though, when OU wins on Saturday, okay, when they win, a plethora, if you will.
I missed that. I think either my connection was bad or yours was. Say it again.
I said when OU wins Saturday, I got a plethora of bookmarks ready to go
This guy.
immediately.
This guy's hedging. He's playing both sides.
Hey, I'm sooner born, I'm sooner bred, and when I die, I'll be sooner dead. Raw, Oklahoma, OKU, okay.
They're saying JP's a great dancer. Be dancing side to side.
Well, is that what you want me to do? Y'all want me to break it back out if we win? Is that what you want?
Yeah, I need to dance if you win. When we win.
Cap, you're right. You're right, Cap. But that's not what I got scared. I got scared and I had a moment of weakness. Okay, it happens. I believe OU's gonna win. I do. 31-24. I originally said 31-28, but I'm bumping it up to a touchdown because I think we're ready for this game.
Man, we bullied him. We bullied JP into a 7-point win.
I came to my own conclusion. Okay, I just I was allowing the natural, in my head. We all have intrusive thoughts, right? I was like, Texas could win, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say they could, so that I'm thinking that way, and then it just won't happen, and I'll be super happy. But you know what? No, not today, Satan.
Screw that defensive pessimism.
I will. Hey, can you tell Mr. Davidson to chill out on me a little bit? I'm not, come on, John. Like, help me out, bro. It's okay. I picked Texas. Hey, Cat picked Texas. So, there you go. Y'all getting on Cat now.
Nope. Dang. Maybe on his show.
Everybody call me a politician. I'm working the crowd. Hey, I'm an athletic director. Okay, I'm used to that piece. What do you mean I jinxed the team? What does that even mean? How did I jinx the team?
I don't know, but apparently he did. Thanks a lot.
Hey, it's my fault. We're not gonna ban Cap that guy. It's okay. Man, you do know me. You do know me, Papa Davidson. We're cool, bro. It's okay. But anyways, all games aside, it's gonna be a fun game. Trav, you're gonna be down in Dallas tomorrow.
Yep, I still got to pack.
Where can the people find you, man? Are you doing pregame or just after or post?
Just post game at the Omni. Post game at the Omni, and KREF will be live from the Omni all day tomorrow. So we may have some special guests.
Yeah.
No clue.
Okay.
Omni's always fun, man. You always see, whether it's Porter or Toby Keith or Jim Ross, you see all kinds of people come through the Omni. It's where OU stays every year. So come through the Omni, hang out with us. We'll be in there.
The Omni. Yeah, I heard him. Y'all go over there, enjoy yourselves, enjoy time. And hey, hopefully, prayerfully, as Lord, want us to pray over the game on Saturday. Y'all be eating some funnel cake, enjoying and razzing up some Texas fans who will be crying in their burnt orange. Yeah, go ahead. Go. I'm not going to the Apple Orchard this year. I am running 2 state championships, so I'm gonna be in between that on my phone. But it's life. So,
All right.
anything else, Pete, for the peeps?
I think time to wrap it up. Let's get on.
Yeah,
Let's get on to this game.
let's do it. OU Texas, high noon, Eastern time, 11 a.m. Central time. We'll see y'all next week. We're talking about an OU win, right? Next Thursday,
Right.
hopefully 9 p.m. Sorry I pushed it back to 9:30 lately. I've been working, but yep, we'll see y'all next week. Love y'all. Boomer.